Hey, Susan.
What are we hearing?
I'm sorry.
What are we hearing? Sorry.
Oh, we were hearing a trashy movie on the television in my studio. I'll turn it off.
Okay.
Uh,
And there's Jane. I heard Jane.
Hello, I'm trying to get my picture. Oh, there we go. Hello.
Hey,
Hey, Bob, you got a
Yeah.
haircut. You got a haircut last week, right?
that is true. That is
Okay.
true.
I noticed.
And a beard trim.
Well,
Before he did the beard trim, I showed him Michael Nathan's two pictures of me. You know, the
Yeah.
pirate and the
yeah.
and so he sort of trimmed to that specification.
Oh,
So he left me with a wild beard.
okay. Give me the pirate. Okay.
Janice was not pleased with it, but
Oh, how are you, Susan?
Oh, fine, thanks. A little tired.
Uh,
I got my second shot.
oh, very good.
Good.
I've been hearing more advertisements. Maybe I'm just listening and about, do your part so we can open up and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you vaccinated?
who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, full. Yeah, I was done in February.
Oh, wow. Good
Yeah.
for you.
Hey, Neil.
Hi, Neela.
Hi.
Yes, Susan, a woman who my husband knows from being a teacher works at a pharmacy, and she called us. Neela, this is about getting a vaccine. She
Yeah.
called us and said, "We're doing people your age. Come on down." So,
I always say, what is that age?
Yeah.
well, I'm 68, so rah rah.
That's
Ah.
a good age.
Yep, free
Yeah.
SEPTA.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
Yep. Yeah, because we live in the suburbs, but we can walk to the station. So
I don't know how to take that. Would they take a dog?
I don't know.
I don't recall seeing dogs. I'm
Yeah.
betting that it's only a registered seeing eye dog or service
Therapy.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, service dog with all his papers.
Yeah.
So
So how did people react to the new starting time? The
Oh,
7:30.
my nap fit in beautifully. It's fine with me.
Okay. And it's a little, it's light. It'll probably be dark by the time we finish.
Well, but not into the summer. Is it a good
Yeah.
time for you, Neela and Susan?
It seems to be fine. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
It's not much different.
Right.
I can.
I don't hear. Do you hear me? I don't hear.
Yes, we
We
do.
hear you.
We hear you.
Yeah.
And who is Doris Lloyd? Do we know?
I don't know. She has not appeared.
Okay. How's it going, Ken?
Good. How's everybody?
We're good. Oh, there's
Oh, that's
Doris.
Doris Lloyd. Hi, Doris.
Hi, Doris.
Oh,
Hi, Katie. Doris, do you live in Philly?
she must have.
Your
her
sound
mute
is still off, Doris.
If you want us to hear you, you gotta
Unmute.
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 Yes, you're still muted. Right.
There,
Yeah.
you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Are you in the Philadelphia area? Or
I live in Capro.
oh,
It is,
okay.
In where? I didn't catch that, Doris.
Hi, Boo.
18 miles from Center City, maybe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay,
You're welcome.
welcome,
And
Janice.
Anders here,
Andy.
Ted's here.
Oh, good.
Hi, everyone.
All right,
There you go. Hi, hi.
very good.
Katie?
I should
Ted.
mention that I think last week I put up
Okay.
an image that was not suitable, and I have removed it, and I'm sorry for the lack of judgment I did in that. And no, I won't show you, Ted.
It was fine.
All right.
Well,
Who has stuff to show? Jane, hold your hands up, would you please? Jane, Ken, Doris, we get to see Doris, Ted, Andy, Janice,
Yep.
Neela.
No, not tonight.
And Susan, I didn't see your hand. Okay, fine.
Not tonight. Thank you.
All right. Well, Doris, are you familiar with the using screen share to show what's on your screen?
No.
Okay, let's do Kenneth. Well, I'll just do. We'll let Kenneth go first, but sort of explain what he's doing. But I'll give you a preview. At the bottom of your Zoom screen, there's a green box called Share Screen, and that displays what is on your screen to the rest of us, which Kenneth will now demonstrate its use.
Are you using my formal name, Kenneth? Is that what it is? Did I hear you say? All right.
That's displayed, you know.
Oh, is it? Oh, there it
Kenneth
is.
Kaufman, your
Oh, there
full
we
name.
go. It should be Ken, you know.
Right, yes.
I'll have to work on
That
that.
was a disapproving, like a parent would say, Kenneth, what are you doing?
Absolutely, yes. So, yes, so I'm going to just click on my share screen and you will see my screen and the photos that I was going to show more of those portraits, but I think I'd like to show some of those too, some of the ones I already showed, just a few of them, plus new ones to our bigger group. But I do have
Yes, I think Mike will be here next week.
Oh, good. I was hoping to. So what I do have, and I don't want to show that one first because it's my favorite. I'll start with this one. These are fairly old. There is a processing lab on Arch Street in Philadelphia called Quaker Photo, which is where most professionals, there are a couple of them in town, but most professionals use. And there's a parking lot that I usually went up to, and when I had to go to the camera shop, I would then go up and do photos of the corner of 11th and Arch. And I have an entire series. I'm only going to show 4 of them. 3 were done on the same day, and then 1 was done on a different day. But what struck me was the sheer graphics, looking down on the street and then catching various events going on. And I've talked a little bit technically every now and then, but this was done at a little bit slower shutter speed, so you get a little blur on the people. But I tried to choose moments that I thought were interesting anyway. And so here's one with a mother and her daughter moving through, guy crossing the street, but just looking off. Some of these are quiet moments, but I just think the graphics are so strong. Another one, again, same corner, just slightly different, framed slightly differently and having an individual in there. And those 3 were all on the same day. This one has always been my favorite. It's across the street from the 3 I just showed. But my favorite because of what she's wearing relative to the street. I mean,
Yeah.
So the coincidence of one, I like the position of her legs, her position in between the sidewalk and the first crossing white stripe, and then the fact that she has the black stripes on her white coat and the street has the white stripes on the black. So there they are. They're just fairly simple.
Right.
And
But-
graphically, I love that manhole cover with the two rectangles and that curve of the sidewalk
Mhm.
coming
Okay.
down.
Mhm.
The shapes are really nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you zoom in on this one?
Sure, sure. Now, what's interesting is this was long enough ago. It's probably one of the first digital cameras, professional digital cameras I ever used. Bought. I had a few prior to that were, I'll call them almost amateur cameras. But when I compare the resolution of something back then to what we have today,
Oh, yeah.
it's worlds apart. But I still think it worked out pretty well. I mean, the detail is pretty strong, but more than the detail, more than the technical is what I appreciate people keying into is, I mean, the graphics, this kind of organic shape of the tar that had spilled, and like Neela said, I just think the graphics of the streets of Philadelphia are quite nice.
Did you darken the profile, the face and the head completely
No.
artificially, or it was appear like that natural, or
Yep,
what?
yep. Her hair just fell over her face as she was walking. Yeah.
Or you
No,
didn't do anything?
No. The only thing that
interesting. That's
I have done,
interesting.
the only thing that I do with any of my photos is, and those of you who work with digital cameras will know this, the original file you get from a digital camera is not really close to what reality is, or the artist's interpretation. So the feel of this was a lot bluer, and it was an overcast day, so that may have been natural, but I just warmed it up a little bit and built the contrast slightly. But I basically frame it, shoot it, and then just do that minor correction. But from this series, this was always my favorite. It just, it was one of those delightful moments where I just went, thank you.
Yeah.
The photo gods were good to me that day.
Ken,
Yeah.
I like the one with the stoplight. It looked like the perspective was weird. Yeah, that one. It
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
like it's standing next to the guy.
Yes,
It looks,
It does.
or it
Yeah.
looks like a sofa
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
sidewalk.
I agree with you, and yes, it does.
In the
Kind of-
cartoon universe, they start crossing the street together.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
right.
yes, yeah. I mean, there's just there's so many things that go on with the street. I mean, obviously these crossing stripes had been recently painted, and a truck came by before they were dry. And
Oh,
and of course the difference in the macadam from the old to, they probably came through with a truck and sprayed new black on it. So there's always, the streets have such almost an organic changing reality to them, especially when you go back to the same place all the time and watch it.
Mhm.
So
Nice.
that's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Do you want me to?
You
Take
can
you
if
out?
you'd like. Yep, there we go.
All right.
Yep. Thank you all.
And Ron has joined us, but he's not on yet. Katie, do you have anything to show?
No, nothing tonight.
All right.
I'm just observing you guys.
All right. Doris, do you think you can try the screen share?
I'll try it. See if I can pull it up. press the share right here.
And then once there's some choices you have to make after you hit share screen.
Yeah, in
Screen.
my case, just while we're waiting for you to do that, I had all my pieces in Photoshop so I could show them right in the program. But if they're on your screen, you can just click on them and enlarge them.
Okay, we
Oh.
see your
That
screen.
one.
Oh,
Oh,
very good.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I like that.
Oh, beautiful.
That is
Mm,
Unique.
it's from a tradition. I'm not sure what tradition. It's very sort
Surreal.
of supernatural.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
This
Is that watercolor? Watercolor or something else?
oh no, it's KC. That's what I usually work in.
oh, nice. Very imaginative. And I
That's-
love it's
Basically,
The
a
ex-
woman made out of birds in flight.
Yeah.
very nice. Beautiful. And the expression on her face is wonderful. All the definition of the body and the and the head with the birds, wonderful. Very, very nice.
Can you zoom in on the face? Is that possible?
Okay.
So good.
Okay. Oh, I see the face.
Yeah.
How the birds
Wow.
create the face.
This is wonderful.
Do you have
Yeah.
a title for it?
I don't. I think I've given it different titles. This painting was done a few years ago, so Women of Birds. I mean, it's had several different titles. I think I
Wonderful.
did a couple pen and inks before I did this, and
Mhm.
Excellent, Doris, and it's a new style. Nobody on here has that style.
That's for sure.
You know that.
That's funny.
So
Could
glad
you-
you're sharing.
Could you move down a little bit so we see the close up of the lower part of it? There we go.
Wow.
yeah, there's a bird in here. See that?
Wow.
I like the bluebird over there.
Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, this is terrific.
You know, it almost, for me, it brings up Magritte,
Oh, yeah.
you know, that
It really does.
I agree with that. Yes.
Especially that shade of blue for the sky.
Hmm.
Is
Very
a-
nice.
Are you saying that that's a Magritte blue? That's the kind of blue that
Yeah.
Magritte. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Been look at this for a long time. This is really special. Very nice.
I know. I keep seeing more birds.
It is exactly. Exactly. Wow. Terrific.
Do you have anything else, Doris?
Yes.
Good.
Good.
I'm going to see what's on my tablet here. What do I do here?
I'll shut you out. I'll shut you down. And so now you're
Share.
back to
Oh, there we go.
now you're back to screen share.
Photo gallery. There we go.
And then don't forget to hit green share.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting a share screen yet. We're not seeing.
I think she may have froze.
Try this one.
Oh, there we go.
There.
Oh.
Ah,
That was
Okay. Wow.
interesting.
Hmm.
Sky Garden.
Very nice.
Yeah. Cool. That's like
Interesting.
Escher. It's like Escher.
yeah.
Mm,
Another surreal piece.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh.
Well,
Can you zoom in on the gate? It looks it's like those are skulls or something.
I don't think.
Cool.
I don't know.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
And the little
Skull.
towers.
It's
Oh,
it's not letting me zoom in. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
Sort
That's
of are.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. Very
think
nice.
it's-
Wow.
Oh,
These are
How amazing that it's so heavy and so light.
that's very,
Good.
yes.
It's stones, but they're in the
And it's
air.
like breaking apart,
Mhm.
mhm.
like it's
Oh, very, very nice.
floating and it's like breaking apart at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the blend of the flowers, the organic, I mean, the stone turns organic and it's flying away, but there's the heaviness of the stone against these light
What did you
flowers.
say?
Yep.
Mhm.
Shall I close this, Doris? Do you have another one?
All right. I can see what I got here. Photo gallery.
Good use of negative space on that last one.
Mm-hmm.
By negative space, you mean blank space around
The white space.
the edges?
Yeah.
All right, we got your screen.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Very nice. Okay.
Interesting. The house is there and it's not there.
Yeah.
Playing with your vision because it's not really solid.
So
And
I don't know if you must be somewhat familiar with the Plastic Club, but we have an upcoming
Mhm.
online exhibition called What Lies Within.
No,
perfect.
Yes.
So this would work if you're interested.
We are. We
Yeah,
gotta bring
right.
them on.
We-
These are beautiful. Dark
Notice the
green.
figures in the woods.
Yeah.
Yes,
No?
the lower right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some on the left too.
yeah, there's
Oh, yes.
Faces.
Oh.
Very yeah.
in there.
Magic.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really draws you in for sure. Absolutely. Very, very evocative.
Very nice, Doris.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh,
Let me shut this down and see if you have another one.
Whoops, that was what was supposed to happen.
Hey, Ron.
Try that again.
Ron's outstanding in his field.
There we go.
I wish.
Oh, you are.
I'm sorry. I was having, I got in late and I had dinner, so I didn't want to wanted to spare you.
This is one of my favorites.
Mm,
Huh.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
very
Okay.
nice.
I
And
see
there-
some faces. Oh,
Yeah.
I see more faces.
Here,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right in the middle there.
Yeah.
here.
Up there.
Oh, yeah.
Little green men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, these are.
Which the Green Man is a centuries old tradition.
Yes.
I remind us, yes.
And there he is in the lower left.
Yep. With his
Mhm.
eyes closed and a beard. it
On
looks
here
like.
in the middle.
mhm.
Oh yeah, that.
Mm.
And there's a bear in here and a cat.
yeah, I see a face
Shade
in the
up
center.
there. They're all over.
Highlights for children.
Yes.
Mhm.
Remember that magazine?
Pretty cool.
Doris, how would you describe your style? Do you like feel like you're in a school of art or a style of art?
Usually say it's like surrealist art, fantasy, sort of.
Mhm.
Fantasy is a great term for it.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
Wonderful.
That was great.
Thank you for joining us, and
Yeah.
very happy to have a new voice in the chorus. let's see, Jane, oh, she's doing something. Neela, Ken, Ted, do you have anything?
Yeah, sure. Last week I didn't get much work done. So I did a lot of black and white pieces. This is kind of the preliminary to using color. So I
Oh,
just thought I would share these with you. I did so many of them. I just didn't try to foreground a color, but I just thought you may like to see how some of these look black and white.
ooh,
Nice.
Jane goes,
it almost looks like it's a mirror image, but it's not quite.
Yeah, not quite.
Yeah.
This is also almost
Yeah.
mirror image.
Mhm.
And
Ted,
I don't consider any of these finished, but just thought you'd like to see how the next step in my process, where I start making things like this piece up here. I can make that more transparent, more darker, lighter. So you
yeah.
just go around and just keep adjusting the values so that they start working together. Before you start, like this one, I haven't started at all. I can see how dense it is, so.
although it seems to work, look, even in this preliminary
Yeah.
stage.
Right.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Ted, last week we did see the little film you put together, and
Oh, that's right.
I've got to say the mock-up of your pieces on the side of buildings blew me away. I mean, if you could sell one of those to the city of Philadelphia and have, I think your piece on the side of one of our buildings in Philly, it would become like an international, I mean, they're international sensation in terms of art installation. I think they would be great.
I had thought about that, and Janice knows the woman who runs the mural program
Oh,
in the
I
city.
don't know her, but I did meet her once.
And, I had thought of maybe approaching her and telling her instead of doing a mural on the wall, maybe they could paint the wall white and I could do the projections just on the wall for an evening or something.
well, the scale and the way you did that mock-up, the scale of the piece is just, I mean, I love them even small, like we're looking at them now. But when I saw them in that perspective, it opened up my mind to what you're doing in a different way than I've viewed them. I loved it. I really think they're powerful.
Oh, thank you. And this one more after this. So,
I love seeing these in the grayscale. It gives us an idea of what's to come.
yes, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to be learned just doing the
Yeah.
grayscale. Here's another one. I think this is going to turn out pretty good.
Mhm.
Yes.
Very
definitely.
lyrical.
Looks like a bird to me.
You begin to see things in them.
Yep, absolutely.
It looks like spring.
Yes.
just for the sake of Doris, can you lay hands on one of your color
Yeah, I was
pieces
good
just
idea.
to show her? I mean, these are like,
Well,
if not, it's,
here's a piece here.
We seem to
not
be
seeing it.
cropped. Yeah.
You sure?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not seeing it.
Okay, let me just bring it up.
Do you want me to kick you off?
No. I'll just
Okay.
bring these up into Photoshop very quickly. You can see
There.
Okay, all right. But we're
There.
still seeing it there. Oh, yeah. There
Okay,
you go.
good.
All right,
There it
there we
goes.
go. Yeah.
All right.
So this would be
That's nice.
one of the color solutions. There's another.
All right.
Mhm.
But it's really interesting seeing your monochrome, or is it I get mixed up between monochrome and grayscale.
That's the pinwheel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, if you took a color, say purple, and you painted as dark as you could on one side and then as light as you could on the other, and then filled in between all the different values of that purple as it goes from almost black to light. That's called monochromatic, mono, one color. But you're using a grayscale at the same time, but it's not gray, it's monochromatic.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think that's, well, this is the last one of that series.
You know what else has been interesting to see when we started doing the shares, your pieces were all vertical and horizontal lines.
Very geometric.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this the curvy stuff is somewhat new.
Yeah, this is my third installment on YouTube.
Oh.
So I have Rhapsody in color 1, Rhapsody in color 2, and now these pieces are Rhapsody in color 3. So it's my trilogy.
Aha.
Very nice. Yeah. Like that. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
Wonderful.
All right, thanks, Ted.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Ted, one question. If we want to see this on YouTube, do we look for your name?
Yeah, just put in Ted Gutzwak.
Okay.
There's
Just what was that? 2 words.
Only
yeah,
one.
So
there's
Ted,
only one.
Ted,
Yeah,
the idea of projecting onto a side of a building is not new, right? You know
oh,
that.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, that's done in other places. And it's a good idea because that way you can change, can be changed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was done here in Philly. I missed the show, but they were projecting images on the trees along the parkway. It was very,
Wow.
unfortunately, I missed it, but
Yeah, I remember seeing it in Montreal once. That was on the side of buildings. They didn't actually paint it. It was just brick.
yeah.
And they displayed it on the side of the building, and it was pretty effective. It was,
Oh, wow.
some of them were just images, and some of them were like little mini movies. That it was like a fire someplace that burned down, and they were sort of doing a reenactment of the fire, and it was
Wow.
pretty neat, pretty cool.
Well, there's a show coming to the Philadelphia Museum of Art that inspired me to do this, the Van Gogh show.
Ah,
It's going to be these projections on these large screens and whatever they are. I don't even know what they're projections, but you'll be totally involved in them. You'll be surrounded by them.
Speaking of the Philadelphia Art Museum, I just want to throw this out. I'm sure most of you know about it, but they're now opening a show of Philadelphia artists. My daughter works at the museum, so we
Nice.
last night they had a friends and family opening to see the new Frank Gehry architecture,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
which is spectacular, of course.
Mm.
But then the Philadelphia artist, it was, I mean, I have to go back because it was so overwhelming.
Wow.
You got to go. You must go see it.
I think the show is called Grit.
Yes, I think
Yes,
so.
and it is beyond belief. I mean,
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's really, it's varied. There's all kinds of things in there that
Cool.
I think this Friday it's open to everyone. Pay what you want.
yeah,
Hmm.
you must see it.
But you
Terrific.
still have to make reservations though, right?
I don't know. Neela, do you know? You probably do.
I didn't read that part. I don't know.
Well, last time I was there, you had to make an appointment, so.
Well, they are still doing, because of COVID, they're still letting less people in, but you must go see it.
Okay.
It's remarkable. Yeah.
Okay, Ron, do you have anything to show?
I can show, yeah.
And I wanted to mention that phrase topographic. You said that Rick Wrights was talking about the school of photography called topographic.
Yeah, it's you know that's actually it was William Eggleston, and William Eggleston led to looking into this thing called New Topographic Movement, and beauty in the banal, and how man has altered the landscape were the kind of the key themes there. And
I wanted to bring it up because Ken's work today was very much in that tradition.
yeah,
I don't know if you saw it, Ron, but I'd love to share it
I
with
saw
you
the
at some
last.
point.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. I saw just the last two, but yeah, they were cool, and it does fit that you know, genre
Right.
kind of. So,
Right.
Anyway, I'll try and share. Let's see if I can get in there. Let's see, share screen. Can you see?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Woohoo.
That's
So this was a photo assignment. He gave us this photo assignment, which was color. You know, had to do with color.
Wow.
And he had, you know, Mark, you know, he has this like look at paintings and then photographs that are like that. And he does a remarkable job of finding, you know, he'll do a painting and then finding a photograph that really expresses what kind of in the same, you know, really there's such a close relationship between the photograph and the painting.
Mhm.
So anyway, I'm like, okay, I got to go find some place with color. So where am I going to go?
Right.
So I picked the Philadelphia Naval Yard,
Mm-hmm.
and that was really, really right. I don't want to make the story too long, but I got stopped by the cops afterwards.
Really?
As I was leaving, they were like, "Oh, we're taking photographs," and they were like, "You know, you don't have to talk to us, and you're free to leave at any time." I know enough about, you know, legalities that I've been told that even if you're 100% innocent, you don't
Yeah.
talk to the police about it because anything you say can and may be used against you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, it gets a little hairy.
it gets a little hairy. So they were very professional. They were nice guys. And, you know,
Right.
so and I said, well, I'd rather not. And I said, but I can tell you that I am a photographer and that I'm taking a class at Fleischer and we're studying color. And there's a lot of cool stuff here. So I didn't give any more information than that. And the guy said, thank you for being so cooperative. I wish everyone were. And then, you know, I said, well, I'm leaving now. And they're like, okay, fine. So, and actually I said, I'm kind of glad you're paying attention because, you know, who knows who's wandering around. And
Yeah.
they don't understand that when you're out there taking pictures, you're not really, I'm not taking a picture of a ship. I'm taking a picture of a shape and color, you know, and
Sure.
and since most people don't do that, they don't relate to that and they don't understand it. So,
Yeah,
But
I got
I-
stopped there once too.
did you?
Oh yeah, they're all over the place. They're
Yeah.
watching everything, which like you said is good.
Good.
And you know, they stopped me and saw what I was doing and kind of left me alone. So
Yeah.
But
He told me, I said, well, he said, I said, I just thought this was an abandoned Navy place. He said, no, we still have stuff going on here. And I said, well, how do I tell, you know? And he said, well, if it says NAVSEAS on it, that's like, you know, the Navy, so stay away
Sure.
from that. He said, you can take a ship, but take it from with a city in the background. Don't take it with our buildings in the background. And I think that what I learned from it is if I would go back here and I may, that the first thing I'll do is stop in their office and identify myself and say why I'm there and say, I just want you to know that, you know, and then get the rules from them. Say, what can I take a picture of and what can I not? Because how would you know, you know?
Right. I have a relatively important question about technology in terms of what you were carrying. For example, I was out in Vegas and everybody around me was taking pictures with their phones. Everybody. But I had my professional camera, which is this giant, big, you know, I had a large lens and everything. They swooped on me, and I turned around and I said, everybody around me is taking pictures. Why are you stopping me? And of course, the reality was that as soon as you have something like that in your hands, they think you're doing something devious. It's not, you're not a civilian, so to speak.
Oh my, that's terrible.
Absolutely
isn't it?
so, yeah.
Isn't that, I mean, so what kind of camera were you carrying while you were there? Was it a DSLR, a large DSLR?
Yeah, it was my Canon Mark 5D Mark III.
There you go,
With a
exactly.
nice lens on it, and
Yep, exactly. That's
So-
exactly why.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love the Canon color. I have a Sony that I use too, and the Sony is better in other, I think I talked about it in a previous thing. The technology has improved so much. The problem for me right now is like, what focus mode do I use? Because there's so many of them.
Right,
know?
exactly.
And how I just want to do the simple basic stuff, but that's
Yeah.
not so you have to learn how to do it, because it overwhelms you with all the
Of course,
options.
of
And
course.
some of them are really clever.
Oh, yeah.
Like it'll remember. You could that's too much for here. Anyway, here's pictures. This is
Yep, very nice.
Oh,
yeah.
this is, and we were just, was an exercise in playing with colors, right? So
Right, very nice.
Ron, I really like the way your colors are understated and they're not really jumping out at you. I
yeah,
love that first one. It was just beautiful.
yeah. Thanks. Yeah, that's right. Just so sort of keep it right. Don't oversaturate it, or
Right, right.
And then again, these are the kind of like what I call complementary, the blue and the orange,
Right,
and,
right, yeah.
so this was but this place, I mean, I was in a trance. There was so much stuff
Oh,
to
yeah.
take pictures of there, and some of it's private. Like this is a private business of some sort, and there's all this
Ooh.
junk lying around.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, who wants pictures of junk? But this is some pretty. I'm only
Yeah.
showing you a
We
little
do.
bit, a fraction of what I took. There are
Right.
so many cool things there.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
That looks like mix work.
Yeah,
It
it
Yeah.
does.
Yes,
I'm gonna say, Nick should see this one.
yeah. Oh, look at that one. Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
that's interesting patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
I
that
have a-
looks relatively new.
it does. Yeah, I don't know if it is or not. I have a black and white version of this too that I like almost equally well. But again, this was an exercise in color, so. And this
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that's
very
great.
nice.
this
Yeah.
was the primary colors, right? Red,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yellow,
Mhm.
blue, and then some green thrown in, and it was just nice to have that. They're all kind of rectangular shapes, but then you have this reflection.
Yeah,
Yes.
very nice.
That was fun. Yeah, and again, just doing colors again, unmuted.
So you're getting an A in this course, right? Aren't you? Ooh, that's very nice.
That's not muted,
Oh,
in
okay.
case you wanted to know.
All right.
What is that?
You know those blocker things that they have, those orange things they put on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Somebody, graffiti sprayed on it with this purple paint, and yeah,
And you showed the ribs.
yeah, yeah. It's cropped. This is actually a little bit. It's a little bit cropped, but it's not
Yeah.
that much cropped.
All right.
Oh,
Oh.
beautiful. Very nice.
And there again, this kind of muted colors.
Yeah, muted, but there's a vibrancy about this, a vibrational
Yeah.
feel to it.
I love the
I
shadow.
like those lines.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
Yes.
Very sharp.
Yeah.
yes.
Lots
Very
of texture.
Yeah.
Cool blue is really nice.
nice.
Yeah, that's what that's what I thought. I love the blues.
Very nice. Yeah.
It's a nice abstract piece.
Yeah. And it tends towards monochromish, I mean, it's gray and
Huh.
greenish.
Even though you emphasize you are looking for color and color, but I think you have captured very good interest in composition, interest in design
Oh, yes. I
Yeah.
agree with you, Kathy. Yeah.
Yeah.
in an abstract
Cat-
way.
Hmm.
Yes.
The geometries. Yes.
Yeah, thanks. And there again, color.
Wow.
Very, very Mick-like.
Very
With
nice.
those two
Okay.
rectangles of yellow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
this Life at the Navy Yard.
Life at the Navy Yard.
Wow.
Foxglove.
Oh,
I
I
think they're
feel
going to
that.
have a whole group of artists there soon.
Yeah, right.
And this one was just my desk drawer at home. I had some old stamps, Star Wars stamps in there. And again, color, these are complementary colors. So I guess, I don't know. They're across the color wheel from each other, I think.
Right.
And then, yeah, so that's it. I have many more, but I don't want to take up much
Nicely
time.
done. Beautiful.
Cool,
Beautiful.
cool.
Yeah.
It looks like you're having fun.
It was fun and it was exhausting after the shoot was about 2.5, 3 hours or something at the end of it. It's funny how you get tired from just because you're paying attention to all these shapes and forms and everything and colors and
Yep. I agree with that.
making decisions, all these little mini decisions all the whole time, and it gets to be but it was fun. It was really, like I said, it was almost like being in a trance. It was so much fun.
Well,
Anyway, that's a place to go, and it sounds like, Susan, you've been there.
I have. They have a food court there, and there's a tasty cake factory. It's a wonderful, huge thing that you can drive through. I guess you did, right? You didn't walk.
Yeah. There's I parked and then walked a bunch, but I parked in a couple different places. But yeah, the Anthropology has their headquarters there.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
So there's this really kind of hipster area, down there that I ran out of time, but I was going to explore that too.
and where would this be near? Well, which streets is that on?
Well, you know where the entrance to the Navy Yard is?
No.
If you get off, it's like near where the 95 near the stadium.
Oh, okay.
It's near the stadium. There's this, and then you can drive into the Navy Yard. There's a gatehouse there, but there's nobody in it. And then if you go to the left, there's all these modern office buildings like GSK, and there's I don't know if it's Penn Medicine or Jefferson Medicine Health has a huge complex back there. That's on the left-hand side, all the modern buildings. But if you go straight and to the right, that's all old stuff, converted old Navy buildings. And apparently the Navy, I've discovered the Navy still has an active presence there, but I'd say probably half of it or more than half of it is now private businesses. So you can go there, but apparently you have to be careful what you're doing. You have to just.
Well, if you've ever looked down on the Navy Yard from one of the 95 bridge, you see, I mean, in terms of the stock of ships they have there, I mean, there are tons of ships sitting that are probably never going to be used again, but
Yeah, they don't look like they're ready to go.
no, they don't.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah,
one.
I'll just point out your first picture, the color of the ship was like Rust-Oleum, and it had been primed and they were ready to paint it. But
Yeah.
Terrific.
And they don't look like
All right.
Navy ships in the old day because they don't have these big guns on them. They just, everything's all computers and electronics now,
Right.
Andy, do you have anything?
Yeah, I could show, I finished that episode, so I can show bits
Ooh.
of that. I can show it to you with the piano included this time.
Oh, good. Yes. You had trouble with that last time. Yes.
Yeah, well, now that the file is exported, it's just, I don't have to convince the thing of where, it was talking to my speakers instead of to,
Are you going to play the
You
piano
guys.
yourself?
there it is. I just turned it into PhillyCam yesterday, so it's all set. It's going to air, I think, next month or the month after. I don't know. I gotta look it up.
Great.
All right. Anyway, it goes like this.
What a new pattern, and
Can
you
you hear
need to correct it to fit. First, correct the bodice to fit, then walk the collar around and correct the collar. That's the best way to do it. Otherwise, you correct the collar for the printed pattern, get the pattern to fit, and you got to go and fix the collar all over again. So that's just time wasted. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that these two sew together. Okay, let's see how that works.
Okay, so that's the first one.
Yeah.
Rather
Very
than
nice.
watch.
Yep.
Hmm?
It's yeah, the music certainly
Hmm.
adds a dimension.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. I love this one.
If you cut two collars exactly the same, two pieces of the top collar the same, and you sew them together,
Okay. And so on and so on. There are 4 of these total. And
Very
it kind of
nice.
helps to mask that we filmed this stuff in like 2 days that were months apart.
center back on the edge of the collar as well. And that's how you draft the bottom collar. And that will prevent your collar from looking homemade.
Like what you're doing here. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I love these. I love these transitions.
Yes.
And it gives you a chance to think about what you've just seen
Now
her do.
remember, the neck edge of the collar is the same, even though the bottom collar has been modified to make it
Okay. On and on.
And
Really? It
you-
really feels like you planned that out.
Yeah, we kind of had some extra time, and she and I go back and forth on the editing. She knew exactly the way that she wanted, well, sort of the order of the steps in making this, in setting up this collar pattern. So she kind of knew how she wanted everything, and it got to the point where she was saying, okay, we need a transition thing here, where she was started like requesting them, you know, because it's just too big we need a minute to think. So it actually became sort of, she started working with them, you know. I started
Yeah.
putting them in and she started requesting them, and we ended up with 4 total, and it works pretty good. So
Yeah.
The
What
choice
I-
of piano was wonderful. The piano music
Yeah.
goes really well with the graphics that you have there.
oh, great. The
So- I have a question, Andy.
Yeah.
The ribbons and the fabric that's like zhuzhed just right. Did you set that up, or was that just what she had on the table?
No, I was actually adamant about that. She wanted to set something up. She
Mhm.
says, you know, I'll help you with this. I'll lay things out. And I said, no, I'd rather the viewer see the way your studio actually looks. I think it's a little more interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, to just capture it the way that it is. The one with the scissors was a little bit set up because I
Mhm.
wanted the scissors in there. But the other stuff, I mean, you can see from this shot here on the left,
Yeah.
that's just how she keeps her stuff. You know,
Right.
just
Mhm.
there in a pile.
Mhm.
So I just went over it, and I'm using a gimbal, which is a motorized thing, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
supposed to hold the camera steady as you move it. And I mean, I don't know that I'm great at it. You can still see it's kind of juddering a little bit.
No,
But
Could you show us the gimbal camera?
oh,
Is
sure.
it is it in hand's reach?
Yeah,
arm's
I can
reach?
go and grab it. Well, I don't want to. I'll show you the
Okay,
fourth
let's
thing
finish
first,
this
and
and
then
go
I'll
back
go
to-
grab it.
Okay.
So and this is yeah, another shot from her studio.
times this eliminates the pinning. Pinning can cause a lot of problems when you're sewing. It can disrupt your sewing. You don't want to pin anything you don't have to pin.
It adds drama, Andy. It really is. It's really
These
nice.
are great, just great.
Very nice.
What I
Very
want to point out about muslin is number one, don't wash it. It's got sizing in it to make fitting the patterns and check them easier and better. Secondly, another thing you need to know about muslin is that it tears both on the
Okay. Anyway, that's how that goes.
We're learning a lot.
Hey, I wanted to learn more
Yes.
about Montauk.
Yeah, it draws you in. Those little dramatic pieces draw you in.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Mhm.
They do.
Excellent. That's good to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was fiddling with them. At one point, I was tinting them and turning them different colors. And it actually goes on something that Ron said. And I thought, boy, you know, that's exactly it. You know, you screw around with these things and they actually look better when you don't. You know, I actually found when I took all that stuff out of it and just showed it the way it looked, it was like, you know, I liked it better before I started
Right.
mucking
right.
about with it. You know, leaving the colors alone, I think is what it was that you said. It was, yeah, they're not enhanced or anything. It's just, you
Right.
just
Or
let it be what it
oversaturated.
is.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And it just worked better. I was just like, oh, take all that stuff out. So.
Do you have to do like white balance adjustment and so forth with your, when you do your film editing?
I do, and it's an odd thing. It's I do the white balance on the camera on the day that I shoot, and then when I do the color adjustment, sometimes I have to kind of do it again.
Right.
And I'm not quite sure what that is, you know, but it's just like, well, you know, that still looks wrong. So, but I've gotten much better with the color. I took a couple of LinkedIn learning courses that really explained it well. So it's much better than the earlier episodes. So I still have some tricky stuff with lighting. There's some shots in this episode that are too bright. And I'm finding like having it too dark is actually easier to work with than having it too light. Because if it's too light and you blow something out where it's just white, you'll never get that information back.
Right.
Whereas when it's too dark, you can brighten it. But when it's too light, that information is gone. It's just going to be white no matter what you do to it. So anyway, that's just what I learned on this episode. But
Yeah.
I'll go grab the gimbal if somebody else wants to take a turn, and I'll come back with that once I've got it.
Great.
Okay,
Good work. Good work.
Very nice.
Jane, do you want to go?
Oh, yes. Okay. I just have a quick one. Sorry, I was, got a call. Okay. Share screen. This is a painting that I did. You can see that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Dang.
Oh, man.
Very-
Wow.
Oh,
Nice.
This,
Oh, yeah.
it's
The
called,
painting or photorealism, huh?
yeah, it's from a photo that my husband took. I have to give him credit.
Edward
This,
Hopper, looks like Edward Hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
That angle.
collaboration.
That's a nice angle there at the top, but it's
Yeah.
called Bassett's at Reading Terminal Market, as
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see.
Hey,
It's
Jane,
from,
Jane,
I'm sorry.
Jane, were you in Rick Wright's color class?
Oh, no.
Because this fits right in, you know, look
Yeah.
at those spots of orange and then
Mhm.
green, you know, that's really lovely. And yeah. Anyway,
Thanks.
didn't mean to interrupt, but it's.
Well,
really
and
lovely.
speaking of color, this was painted from a photograph that was taken quite some time ago. And Bassett's is now a bright blue color. It's not nearly as gorgeous as this green, but
Hmm.
that's their choice. Anyway,
Right.
this was done as a commission for a
Oh.
wedding gift for our niece,
Mm.
for her dad to give to her. And they wanted, dad wanted a something from Philadelphia, a picture to remind them of Philadelphia.
You
So,
can't get much more Philadelphia than Bassett's ice cream.
Yeah.
I just bought some today.
oh, yum. Mm. It's like butter.
It is.
And so it's 12 inches by 18 inches acrylic.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Very nice.
Very
My
nice.
brain's having trouble interpreting what's behind her head. There's a curtain and some stairs.
Yes. I think the curtain is like one of those plastic, like you could
Yeah.
close it.
Yeah.
It's like a doorway. I guess, yeah, if you don't know what it is.
Well, and
It's-
if you know their place, they have that little, like I guess it's a lofty area, or I don't know if they still do, but I remember when they had it.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like storage back there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
cool.
I love the customer frame, the silhouette of him or her,
Yes.
and against that orange panel.
Yes.
It's just nicely framed. That was very nice. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
that's
And
great.
I did-
her-
Sorry.
No, I was going to say, and capturing the moment of scooping the ice cream, because if for anybody who hasn't gone down to Bassett's, you watch these people. If you buy some from, they really work it.
Yeah.
It takes muscle.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
And I did, I limited the colors a little bit but not too much, to highlight the reds and oranges in the buckets that
Mhm.
match the doorway.
Yep. Yeah.
that-
All
that
right.
door.
Beautiful.
It's amazing you can do such a detailed work.
Well, it takes
Oh my
time, but
goodness.
I like it.
I can never do such a detailed ones.
Well, when you're looking at a photograph, you have all the time in the world,
Yeah,
you just-
even though you're looking at the photograph, I don't think I can do that. Such a
Uh,
minute look at, such a
well,
detail.
and I have to say, I did
Wow.
simplify.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you, Katie. I simplified the papers here. I guess
Mhm.
those are like the stuff that was in this corner,
Mhm.
simplified a little bit, but anyway,
One
Yeah.
other question, Jane.
yes.
Was it 10 after 3 in the morning or 10 after 3 in the afternoon?
I don't know, Pete, do you know what time it was? It must have been afternoon.
Yeah.
And
I don't think. Yeah. I
10 after 3.
In PM.
And
the rendering of the reflection in the clock is done very well. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
The
that
glass.
caught my eye too.
Yeah.
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 Those menus are memorized, or just
Incredible.
visually.
You know what?
Nope.
There was an issue of how to do that, and I solved it I sort of sketched it in, but I painted the black. I painted around where the lettering would go,
Right.
Oh.
Right. Oh.
which I didn't have to make it like you could really read it, but you
Mhm.
you can see it says prices and
Right. Right. Right.
drinks and dry ice. But painting the black made it easier.
Oh, that's
Interesting.
interesting.
So you sort of reversed the whole process.
Right.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Did you do the lettering with a brush?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, and especially with the, black being darker than the white, it really was a good solution to paint in the black.
Yeah. 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 Very
So-
nice.
Beautiful.
Thank you for looking.
Great, Jane.
Notice the fluorescent lights.
Well, beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
But the light, it's better than
It's incredible.
fluorescent lights give a harsh light. And you softened it a little,
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right,
it feels
thank you,
soft. It
Jane.
feels soft.
Wonderful.
When did you do this, Jane? Did you say before? I forget.
I did it in 2015.
Wow.
You've been keeping it from us.
Yeah.
I know. Well, it lives in Seattle now.
Oh, interesting.
So it was for a gift.
Yes.
And I did a sketch for it. I did a smaller piece that was 4 by 6 inches. And that I put it in a show at the Cheltenham Art Center and it sold. So
Oh, nice.
Cool.
I can see why.
Yes.
okay, that's all for me.
Oh, very nice.
Bob, you can,
I have to go out and buy
Okay.
some ice. I have to go out and buy some ice cream now.
yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Andy, did you get the camera?
Oh, yes. This is a gimbal.
Let me highlight
You see
you.
this? Oh, I'm being
You can
highlighted.
take me away. You can take me down.
This is it. It's
You-
huge. It weighs a ton. So I don't have it turned on right now, but what it does is the little motors in the joints. See the motor here, and where's a motor here? There.
Right.
Will actually, as I move it around, will keep it balanced. I've got it kind of locked in now. If I unlock it, you can see that
Right.
it moves all around. And as I use it, it just keeps it even and horizontal with the ground,
Wow.
as I'm moving. So,
That's cool.
It's a
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Yeah.
so and it's interesting. I think the most difficult thing about it is calibrating it. You have to balance everything,
Yeah.
so it has to be perfectly balanced so that it's not putting any strain on the motors, or else, it starts to grind and fight you. So you kind of have to have the camera perfectly balanced on every angle. And that was the hardest part to learn, to figure out.
And every time you change the lens, you have to recalibrate it.
Yeah, exactly. Because the weight changes. So you have to
Right.
rebalance the whole thing. So it's ridiculous.
They have
But,
these things for every kind of camera now. You can get these
Mm.
for iPhones. You can get gimbals for iPhones.
Oh, God.
I think I froze. Did I freeze?
For a
No.
second.
For a
Something
second,
froze.
yeah.
Very
Wow.
cool.
All right, thank you. Let's see, I'm gonna go back to the view gallery. And Janice, do you have something?
Yeah, if nobody else does at this point.
Let me go last, or either you or
Okay.
I go. Does anybody else have anything other than Janice and I? Okay.
All right.
I'm going to do a poll, so why don't I go last?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I learned of
Mm.
somebody who took photographs of a toilet as it was flushing
Oh my goodness.
and added color. Now, I did not add color.
Is your
Well,
toilet
that's
looks
what-
like
that's
this?
That's what it looks
No.
like.
Wow, you've got quite a toilet there.
No,
Or whatever it is that whoever went there.
Yes.
I have to remember what I ate.
Pretty colorful to begin with, yes.
I thought you were going to say it's someone from a satellite,
Yeah.
looking down on the earth.
Yeah.
But I used it as a basis of form, and then took my pastels and worked with it, and I came up with a few things. So this is like the ridiculous after the sublime, but I'm going to continue.
That's pretty
Very
cool.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Why isn't it?
You're closing them. You're hitting the X.
Closing all those out, Janice.
Oh,
Yeah. You got to click the name.
I know. That's what I was trying to do.
There you
There's
go.
one.
That's
Ah,
nice.
Oh, I see the toiletness of that.
Yeah. It's a little more apparent in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, did you put ink in the water or anything?
No.
Wow.
So, I worked with pastel after the fact.
Interesting.
And this is very strange because
Hmm.
I decided that it didn't all have to be horizontal. And so, I worked with it in a vertical sense.
Mhm.
Cool.
Like the
And-
galaxy running through there.
Now that looks like Janice.
Yeah.
Is that pastel, that last one, Janice?
Pastel.
Beautiful.
Pastel.
Oh, beautiful.
And I guess I deleted all the other ones. So that's it, folks.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
this last one pastel.
Yeah.
It is,
Is it?
Okay.
okay.
Did we? It is pastel. This last one.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Yes,
Very nice.
indeed.
Nice
I
color.
right.
love pastel.
Thank you, Janice. And if you want to get the two that you accidentally closed while I do my
Oh,
poll,
well,
it's up to you.
I'll check and see if it's worth it.
Okay, fine.
It's worth it.
So I'm going to do my poll.
Oh, I don't know how to do this.
All right, these are the five images I'm going to do. I'll take you through them. This is Tory. That's because that is a popular T-shirt slogan in Britain. After Brexit and Boris Johnson, and they had their own Trump-like, and so a lot of young people are wearing "Never Kissed a Tory" T-shirts.
Okay.
This is from a 1927. This is a artist's conception of Mars, which is not the way Mars really was. It shows the canals and everything, and that's superimposed upon one of those old plug-in switchboards.
Yes.
You know, with all the wires crisscrossing. And then the last three are typography experiments. This is squeezed deco. This is Art Deco. It was his fancy font. And I threw in Annette Funicello, whom some of you may remember from the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yes.
Who we mourn her. And this is another Art Deco font illustration. So here's the choices. Mars Exchange, Squeeze Deco, Tory, Deco Annette, and Deco Two Color.
Good.
And let me start my poll. All right, and you can vote for more than one, and the polling is open. I'll move it off to the side and I'll put the contact sheet up again. And one of these I'm going to print. I think Ted and I are going to do a print session on his big printer, and the winner gets printed on the big printer.
Okay.
Very nice.
All right. Is everybody done?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
So Bob, it's an interesting couple dynamic. You and Janice seem like you don't see each other's work until you show here.
That's right.
True. It's pretty true. Yeah.
It is true because we're both busy.
Yeah, that's neat. That's pretty cool.
And so it is. It's really, it's nice for me to
Yeah.
be
right.
surprised with everybody else.
So my experience with Susan is that she'll many times come to me and say, "Is it done?" There's no right answer. If I say yes, she'll keep working on it. If I say no, she'll probably still keep working on it. I don't know.
All right. Are we done?
Yes.
Okay. The clear winner. I'm going to end the polling and I'm going to share the results.
I thought so.
I
Wow.
thought so. I was hoping that's the
Yeah.
first time that the one that I was really, that's the one I'm hoping for. All right. So I'm going to try to print that.
Yeah, it's really strong. It's
So well,
definitely,
graphics.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
very nice.
All right.
The colors are good. The graphics are good. It's everything about it.
Cool.
And it's from an old magazine, images, but all right. Well, I'm going to stop sharing the results. Mars won, and I'll close the and I'll stop sharing. And I guess the question is, does anybody have any announcements or news?
Uh-huh.
Yay,
I do. I wrote them down for y'all.
All right.
Oh.
So now happening at the Plastic Club, the Name That Tune exhibition is online. The salon discussion on that will be Sunday, May 23rd, 1 to 3. And as mentioned earlier, the June exhibition theme is What Lies Within. And the deadline for that is May 25th. Also, something that in the tradition of the organic nature of the club, Mina Smith has stepped forward to, she goes to Love Park and she paints, and she's let everyone know that she's going to be there at certain times. Often it's Wednesdays from 11 to 2 because that's Wedding Wednesdays, and there's often a number of weddings at the Love Park statue. Excuse me. So she just, I guess there's different notices of that on the Plastic Club website. And then finally, I guess coming up on Sunday, May 16th, Dory Miller's at 4:30, Dory Miller has a Zoom talk called Introduction to Appropriation, Outsider, and Protest Art and Expanded Painting. So
That sounds
you
good.
could learn a lot from that.
Yeah.
That's all I
Right.
have.
Thank you, Jane.
Sure.
All right, it's 12 to 9. So it's dark outside. Any
Yeah.
reactions to anybody happy or unhappy with the 7:30 starting time?
Worked for me.
It's fine.
I like it.
Works
All
for
right.
me.
It's much better, Bob. Yeah,
All right,
Ooh, better.
for me.
all right. Adieu.
Great
y'all.
session.
Doris, thanks for joining us.
Oh, yeah, wonderful.
And Ken,
That
you'll
was-
share your work?
Oh, I'd love to show it to you, yeah.
Okay.
Well, should we, I'll just go real quickly and do that. I don't want to occupy. Wait, I may have taken them off of Photoshop already.
Do you want to send me a link or something? I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
let's do that later. I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks for asking, though. I appreciate that. All right.
Good
Good
night.
night,
Good
y'all.
night.
Good night.
Thank you.
And my understanding is Mike and Sharon are Sarah are gonna be back next week. I can't find the end session. But
We're still going.
Bottom right? Oh, I don't know.
bottom right there.
Okay.